What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Address Your Stress. We help you face some of life's biggest stressors. And today we're talking about dangerous coping skills, part 2. If you haven't already listened to part 1, go back and listen to that so you can be up to breast with some of the things. But getting right into that, some of the things that are on this list, again, are things that, well, we do on a regular basis, but we don't realize how detrimental they can be. And so we need to be able to switch it. And so let's start off with a banger. Sex. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Oh, yeah. Because here's the thing. Sex is a beautiful thing. Sex was created by God for us to have pleasure. Yes, it was. But here's the thing. Sex, again, in response to our stressful things with the wrong person, can have catastrophic results. And a lot of us in our younger days, we were just like, our hormones are hot and ready. We're dealing with this, we're dealing with that, and we just were a victim of the moment. And, saying, okay, you who I just met, or you who I, linked up with, or, I'm feeling hot and heavy. I'm lonely. And there's somebody in my phone who I really shouldn't be texting, but the sex was fire, and I really just need to feel something good right now. I just need that dopamine, oxytocin. I need that hit right now. And my body needs it. I need it. And what you doing? What you doing tonight? You get what I'm saying? And so that's all good and dandy when you have a partner who will comfort you, who will, listen to you, who will make you feel good and not hold it against you. But when it's with the wrong person, when we're doing it, not gonna get into that. But when we're doing it again, not in a healthy way, that's when it can become addictive. That's when it can become a problem, because we're not doing anything to solve the problem. We're just doing something to take place of the problem, to make us temporarily feel good. You get what I'm saying? So be careful of those of you who use sex as a way for stress relief. And speaking of pleasure, food can also be a dangerous coping skill. Whether you're eating a lot or whether you're not eating at all, your body biologically needs food. Unless you are in the middle of a fast, you need to eat at least twice a day. Like, I'm not the one who's going to say 3 square meals a day. Like, it's a certain amount. I get it. Everybody's, metabolism is different. But when it comes to food, you have to eat an adequate amount. So making sure that you're not, at late at night, we're going to get that ice cream special. Ice cream ain't good for you. Yeah, ain't nothing nutritionist value about ice cream, but yet you are eating it at 2:00 in the morning. You know better. You should know better. But just because it tastes good, just because it feels good, talking about sex and food, doesn't mean that we should use it as a place of comfort for our stress. Okay? Next one, we're going to get serious for a moment. Negative self-talk and self-harm. I'm going to say that one more time. Talking down to yourself. A lot of people have this negative pattern, either whether it's because of how you were raised, because of your circumstances, because of whatever the case may be. Just like positive affirmations are extremely powerful, especially when you repeat them over and over again, the same can be said about negative self-talk. You not believing in yourself, you saying, I'll never be able to do this, I'll always be broke, I'll always do this and always that. Those things are not good for the long term of your health, the long term of your spirit, the long term of your physical health, and being able to change those things. That's a definite. I won't even say that in moderation is ever okay. Don't ever, down yourself intentionally about that. And maybe this is something that you need to work on with, because the thing is, it took you a while to get here. It's probably going to take you a little while to unlearn those negative thought patterns, but take the steps one day at a time to start turn that ship. And again, going forward, negative self-harm is never, I mean, all self-harm is negative. Let me rephrase that. Self-harm is never a positive way, but you might be doing it. So this is not to condemn you. This is just to make you aware that, you know, there are people who hurt themselves as a form of relief. There are some people who will put themselves in positions where they know they're going to get hurt, but we're trying to feel something different. Instead of the stress, instead of the pain that I'm dealing with in my personal life, I just want to feel something different. And I have to implore you, this is not the way to go. And I want you to be on the lookout. Those of you who maybe you don't know somebody, you don't think you know somebody, but you might know somebody. And I want you to pay attention to, you know, some of the more common things that, you know, may be red flags. So let's say, for example, it is 80 degrees, 90 degrees outside, and they're wearing a hoodie. They're intentionally wearing long sleeve. They're intentionally wearing a cardigan, but you dealing with something? You okay? So just be abreast of that. You can you know do your own research. But I want to say there was a show that my wife was watching. I think it's Ginny in Georgia, and one of the characters was harming themselves. I think with a cigarette butt or with a cigarette burner or something like that. But it was in a space. It was in a place that, you know, isn't normally seen. Get what I'm saying? And so those are the type of things for those of you who maybe are not dealing with these things, but you want to just be abreast of the people in your life and see if these are how they are dealing with stress. And if you want to, just send them these episodes, last one and this one, so just kind of just shine a spotlight on some of their behavior. But there are better ways. There are healthier ways to deal with stress, because we don't want you to harm yourself. We don't want you to put yourself in a dangerous situation where you are going to hurt yourself even worse. That's the main reason why I wanted to release these particular 2 episodes, is to really just shine a light on, we all deal with stress. We all deal with struggles. We all deal with different things, but how you deal with them absolutely matters. And that's my petition to you. And that's all I got for this week's episode. Hope you enjoyed them, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this week's episode, share it with somebody who you think could benefit from it as well. And if you want to support the show, please subscribe wherever you are watching or listening to this, and leave us a 5-star review. I'll see you soon.